Dana.
Joining us for more on this, civil rights attorney Leo Terrell. He is a Fox News contributor and Percy's biggest fan, we should say. So Glenn Youngkin is the governor of Virginia, of course. He's very frustrated that he can't help do more to protect the justices. Watch here.
I wish we could do more. And this is why I've called on Attorney General Garland to enforce the federal law, which is so clear you can't parade and picket in front of a judge's home and try to influence them. This is not a moment where we can allow anything to happen to our justices. Broadly speaking, this is about democracy.
So is there anything that he could do that would be at the state level that is not available to him, obviously, at the federal level, since the Attorney General apparently is hands-off?
Well, thanks for having me, Dana. First of all, the priority is the responsibility is with the federal level. If there is some form of state law that he can enforce, yes. But I'll tell you right now, the inaction of the Department of Justice is a signal to these protesters. I mean, you mentioned it as bounty money at the top as far as money being paid to harass, intimidate Supreme Court justices. Not just the justice, but their family members. The Attorney General has done nothing to stop this, to deter it, to enforce the current federal law. And that is a signal to the protesters. Go ahead. And then you have Joe Biden basically saying the same thing. We will support you. One final point on this. You got the White House press secretary basically hiding under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. This is a violation of law. Freedom of speech only goes to a certain point.
Leo, you might have seen the tweet, but you might not have seen the response from Morton's The Steakhouse, where Brett Kavanaugh was eating last week. Here's the tweet from Shutdown D.C. asking, hey, if you know where somebody is, Supreme Court justices, send us $50, and if they're still there when we get there, we'll give you $200. I mean, what is this world? Morton's put out a statement saying that they won't allow it, they won't tolerate. If more restaurants did that, you would see less of this.
Bravo to Morton, and I hope they stood up and they said, we're not going to tolerate this. They respect the Supreme Court justices. They support the idea that freedom of speech and the right to protest is limited to a certain extent. And here, Morton stood up. They will face the backlash, but I am very proud of them. Basically, Bill, what they're doing is with these bounties, they're giving employment opportunities to professional protesters, specifically against the Supreme Court justices.
The other thing that we've been following today, Leo, is, I guess, eye-opening, disappointing on a Monday when you think you might be able to start off the week feeling better about your government, then this happens, something like this. So here's some of this American Rescue Plan money going to things like the anti-racism training, woke policies. Rochester Museum had a third-grade field trip to see a Take It Down exhibit. That's about a statue there. Minneapolis Institute of Arts wants a trained guide of the museum to use anti-racist lens when giving tours. Studio Museum in Harlem built a statue that addresses black masculinity. And in Northwest Mississippi Community College, create campus safe spaces. Now, this is the American Rescue Plan. It's in the title. And I can imagine that federal taxpayers would be frustrated that this isn't like a rescue. This is something fine to spend money on if you want to, but why federal taxpayer dollars?
Thank you for asking me that question, Dan. I'm a school teacher. I'm a civil rights lawyer. This is an expanded attempt by the progressive to inject racism. They tried the schools, now libraries and museums. This has absolutely nothing to do with the pandemic or the COVID condition that we had. I challenge anyone, the statue of masculinity, I want someone watching this program to tell me, what does that do to reduce the pandemic or affect COVID? Teaching kids anti-racism, what's the standard, Dana? This has absolutely nothing. Where's an inspector general on this $1.9 million of COVID fund designed for COVID relief, but used to progress and expand a racist, anti-critical race theory agenda beyond the schools? And this is a backdoor way to do it. It's shameful and it's embarrassing.
That's what you get when you spend $2 trillion of government money. Leo, thanks for coming back. We'll call on you later in the week.
Thank you.
Leo Terrell, thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.